What's up, everybody? Welcome to Fix in a Pinch. Thanks for stopping by. Today I wanted to chat about magnets and how I have found some uses for these things in my EDC and why I think they are a little bit of an overlooked item that may add functionality and value in your EDC kit. You get a lot of value out of these things for a little bit of cost and not a lot of space or weight. So, that said, let's jump into it here. So everybody's probably seen these sorts of things. You know, they're just a magnetic tray. They got a big old magnet on the bottom, rubberized. Typically, you can probably put this on the side of your car or something so you don't scratch things up. But they're great at holding screws, wrenches, screwdrivers, something that if you're working on something, you might not want to misplace it. That does a great job at holding things in place. You can buy these things, you know, really strong magnets like I've got right here. These are from Home Depot. A little pack of 10 of them right here. These are from Harbor Freight. These are a little bit smaller than the ones that you can get at Home Depot there, but you know, still functional in certain ways, maybe not hold as much weight, but we'll jump into that. So, you know, when it comes to little magnets like this, I've been trying to think about ways in which I can increase the functionality of my EDC and just ingenious ways that I might be able to use them. So, that said, the first thing I'm going to talk about, you know, a couple things that I found with these uses on here is in my EDC pouch here, and I do this to all of my pouches. This is just a larger toolkit that I have, but the first place that you can't see them right here, but the first place that I do have magnets is going to be down inside the pouch here. There's a pocket there, and along the very bottom I've got 3 separate magnets, but that also pinches on the inside. From the inside pocket I shoved 3 separate magnets down there, so it kind of pinches itself between the fabric here. So there's some on the outside edge and some on the inside edge. And that gives me the ability, if I'm working on something, or, you know, typically when you're using a small pouch like this, you're going to be somewhere where maybe you're not by a table. A lot of times I'm out camping, hiking, something like that. Obviously, I'm not going to carry this hiking, but it does stay in my car if I'm car camping. I'm not going to necessarily have a place to put down a little screw or something like that. So I can just stick them onto the side of the pouch here, and they work great. And these little things will hold a lot of weight. Now these are the small ones inside of here from Harbor Freight, so they're not going to hold a super ton of weight, but they are, you know, they perfectly hold a little bit larger items like this wrench right here. I can stick it right on there and it'll hold it no problem. So they're just great little things, additions to a tool pouch, or, you know, whatever you might be using. Like I said, I have them in all of my little pouches, from a daily pouch that I carry to the office all the time, that goes in a backpack if I'm out on a day trip and, you know, walking around the city or something like that. But just a great little idea to shove some down in the inside pocket, or the outside pocket rather, behind here, and then from the inside pocket there and down on the bottom. And what that also enables me to do too is put smaller items in here that may not have a dedicated space because they're probably going to slip out. Like this is it's actually a yarn needle. They're not very sharp, but I put one of these in my pocket because they are pretty sturdy metal, or in my pouch because they're pretty sturdy metal, and I can use these to poke and pry and prod things that you know, like a little paper clip like this isn't going to be able to suffice for. So just stick it down there and it holds it in place, and I don't have any problems opening it, closing it, and I always know that it's going to be at the bottom right there. So inside and out, you basically have a little place to store some screws or whatever it is you might be working on. Another thing in here that I have is, you know, a lot of people carry little tape measures in their pockets, or pouches rather, and I've seen a bunch of different brands out here. I decided to go with the DeWalt 9-foot because it has a magnet on there, which is great for just sticking it up somewhere if I need to. It'll hold it in place. But with those little rare earth magnets that I talked about from getting at Home Depot, Lowe's, places like that, I also stuck one on the end of, and if you can see that there is one on the end of the tape measure. And what that doubles as for me, rather than having like a dedicated magnet finder or something, if I happen to drop something down in a place that I can't get to, I can basically just use this to reach down and grab whatever screw or something that might have fallen. So it just stays right on the end of the tape measure there, and it works great for just grabbing onto something that I might not be able to reach. If it fell under a cabinet or, you know, a table or something like that, between something, works great for grabbing things like that. So those are a couple of ways that I've found these little rare earth magnets work great for me. And like I said, they take up almost no space, no weight, and they're pretty cheap comparatively. You get a lot of them for a little bit of cost. So that is some of the ways that they have found uses in a pouch of mine. But, you know, obviously, this is a Rovivon A8. It happens to be my EDC flashlight for the most part. I love the functionality of this thing. Not going to get too much into all the different modes and versions and lumens and all that sort of stuff on this thing. But what I love about it is that it's got a magnet here that you have when you purchase it. You got to clip it on the back there, but it stays in place. I can magnetize it basically to anything, any surface or something. Like if I need to hold on to, you know, hang it down from somewhere. The clip is also magnetic, so I can use it that way. This thing is a great flashlight, and for that, you know, that and other functionality. But this was a major selling point for me, that I've got multiple ways to magnetize this to something and just be able to hold on to it without worrying about it falling or something like that. Something else that I found, you know, I see a lot of people using the night core headlamps, and don't get me wrong, I have night core headlamps that I use for hiking. I love the rechargeable headlamps. They're really lightweight. They're great for backpacking and stuff like that. But for my EDC kit, I kind of decided to go an opposite way. It's a little bit heavier, but I don't really care because I'm not taking this thing hiking with me. But, you know, this is just camping, car camping maybe, but it'll stay in my car. It'll stay in a little tool pouch that I might have in my car or something like that, or somewhere where I think I might need a little bit of light. But what's great about this one is that I got this at Home Depot. They sell it in multiple other places. Like I said, I'll try to link it down in the description below if I can get a link to it. But this is the headlamp. It's 450 lumens. It recharges via micro USB, unfortunately, but it is magnetic, so it clips into place on the headlamp strap there, and then you just have to take it out. It also articulates like most other headlamps do. You can put it in whatever direction you need. But this thing is really bright. It's really functional. It's a great addition to a kit because, like I said, it's magnetic on the back here, and so you can slam it onto something, and obviously it's not really sticking on this wrench. It's rounded, but you know, you can clip it onto somewhere if you need to separate it and put it up on maybe a little panel or something. And it also, not just from flat like this, but it's got 45-degree angles on the bottom here. So when you're using it, you can magnetize it, you know, this way, or that way, and it'll work in any function. So yeah, great little addition. I went through Home Depot today, and actually I saw these things on sale. It seems like they might be going on clearance pretty soon. Not sure, but they definitely dropped the price, I think about 20 bucks. So I may pick up another one just for the sake of having a backup if something ever happens to this one. But yeah, great little addition and super functional that you can separate it from the headlamp, clip it onto something, and use it that way. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and link as much as I can down in the description below. Just be aware that there's some affiliate links when it comes to Amazon, and if you happen to shop through those channels, it'll help out. If you happen to shop through Amazon, I should say, it'll help out with my channel potentially, and you know, allow me to grow the channel and continue on with what I'm doing here, trying to interact with you guys. So I would very much appreciate it, and thanks for stopping by. Like and subscribe.